boys and girls. Today, normally we've been talking about text features and visual features in our reading because we're learning how to read informational text, but we're also learning how to write informational text. So I actually have us working today in writing on text features. Here are some of the ones we've learned so far. Photographs, which the reason why we have those in informational text is to show something real about our topic. Captions, which tell us about the photograph or the picture. A table of contents, which is something that I love because that tells you what page something is on. You also can look at that table of contents and really see what the focus is of each page or each section, which is really handy, especially if you're doing research. Some other text features we talked about was the types of font. There's different types of font: highlighter, bold, and italics, which are italicized, which is kind of slanted. All of those things help us see important words that we want to pay attention to. So I really pay close attention if something's highlighted or bolded. And then labels, which just name something. So this is letting us know these are new bottles, this is the tub. It's just, we label all the time in our writing. I have you do that all the time in everything, right? Narrative writing, your pictures, your retells. I have you draw a little picture and then I have you add a little label so you don't forget what that is. And then we talked about headings and subtitles, which basically tell you what the section is about. So the title tells you what the whole thing is about. But sometimes in informational text, we have a big topic, and then we narrow it down to a couple smaller or a few smaller topics. And we want to know what each of those littler topics are about. So the heading tells you what that section is about, and the subheading tells you a little more about that section. And then the new ones we have today, the first one is a diagram. Can you say diagram? Yeah, a diagram. I have an example here from one of our articles that you'll see on your choice board. And it tells you this is a diagram of a butterfly's life cycle. So diagrams show you what something is. They show you inside something. For example, make a volcano. Maybe you want to know how the lava comes up through a volcano. So it would have a picture of a volcano, it would have a picture of the lava coming up, and then it would have some labels that explain what's happening in the volcano. So volcano, lava, and labels to explain what's happening. And it also can give you a picture of something. So like I said, this is nice because it explains how the butterfly life cycle works. And it includes pictures, and you can call these captions or labels. So pictures, captions, or labels. That's important about a diagram, that it has both of those things. I love diagrams because I'm a very visual learner, which means I do really well when I see pictures or I see photographs, and then the words just help add more to the meaning. So I really like diagrams. It's one of my favorite text features. And then a map shows where something is. And then a glossary tells you the meanings of words. So a lot of times in an informational text, they'll tell you the meaning in that text. Like if I go back to, let's see. If I go back to here, a lot of times if something's highlighted or bolded, it will tell you right after what it means, what that word means. But sometimes if you forget and you want to quickly go back and review to understand, you can go to the glossary and the glossary will tell you what that word means. It also tells you how to pronounce it. But this is important because one, sometimes they don't tell you what it means when you're reading it, and you have to go look it up in the glossary in case you don't know. Two, sometimes they tell you, but we forget. We have a lot of information in our brains, and it's okay. Sometimes we forget. That's why a glossary is helpful, because you can go back to the glossary and find the word quickly and read what it means. So I like glossaries too, tell the meanings of words. So what I want you to do today is you should have been, each day I'm having you do some 15-minute journal writing. And I've asked you to try to do write about things you're an expert on, things that you know all about. So a lot of you have been telling me about Minecraft or Legos or animals. So I want you to go back to one of your informational texts that you've been writing. And I want you to add some text features because in informational text, it helps your reader if you have text features. So here's my example. So what I did was I made kind of a table of contents up top. So this page is all about teaching online. So I numbered it with a 1 and I put teaching online. And then I put, maybe my next page, I'm going to write about cheetahs. And I numbered it with page 2. So then I have cheetahs, page 2. I also added a diagram. Remember, a diagram, it can be think about the life cycle that we showed. It's just basically showing you how something works. It has pictures and labels. So I have a play, press play to record. And then the next step, teach. Next step, press stop. So I have pictures, labels, and then my arrows telling me what to do. I also have a label over here with a picture, and I also added a caption. I use Screencastify to record that tells me about the picture. And here's what I did in my writing. Did you know you can teach online? You can record videos to teach new skills. You can also assign fun games to practice skills. Next time you want to learn something new, you should check out my online classroom. And I made skills bold because that's a word that I might want to make sure that my reader knows. So I might add a glossary and define or explain what skills are. And I also highlighted it. You notice I wanted to emphasize the word online. So I made it all capitals with an exclamation mark and a bold exclamation mark and a bold question mark. Okay, so go ahead, here's my example, and go back to your old writing, your informational pieces that you've been working on so far, and add some text features to it. Make it fun, okay? And continue to do that as you write new pieces today.